If you have retail products sitting on your shelf collecting dust, then this video is for you. Most med spas and healthcare practices sell retail, but they're missing a simple, proven strategy that actually moves inventory and boosts profitability. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what the most successful practices do to increase the retail sales without feeling too pushy or salesy. And if you're thinking, I could really use some help figuring out how to actually do this in my practice, then you can schedule a free call with me through the link in the description. We'll talk through your retail setup and how to turn it into real revenue. And by the end, you're going to know exactly how to turn your retail into a steady profit instead of it just being an afterthought. So with that said, let's talk about the most common mistake that I see, and that is treating your retail like an afterthought. Here's the reality. In a lot of practices, retail shelves are just kind of wall art. Products are sitting there, but no one's really talking about them. So patients are walking right by them without even noticing them. Now that's a huge missed opportunity. They actually improve your patient's outcomes because they're actually using the products at home in between your patient visits, which ultimately is our goal, isn't it? To provide great outcomes to your patients. So what's the fix? Get intentional. Treat your retail like you would your services. Highlight specific products in conversations with your patients, on social media, or an email blast that you send to your patients. Think about what will improve your patient's outcome due to a procedure or a service, or maybe a specific symptom or a disease that they've got. Rotate through your favorites so that your patients can see different items over time. And here's a key point. Your staff should not just be ringing up the product. They should be confident in recommending it. That means training them to know the basic stuff about what each product does and how it can help. And if they don't know, then they can go get a provider and have them help answer the patient's question. But the key is to get them talking about the product. So here's the bottom line. When you stop treating your retail like background decor and start treating it as your actual patient experience, your sales are going to go up and your patients are going to have better results. So let's talk about strategy number 1. Put your products in your waiting area. Here's one of the simplest changes that can make the biggest difference. Move all of your products into the waiting area. This works because you've already got a captive audience. Patients are sitting there with a few minutes to spare. So instead of scrolling on their phones, give them something to browse. Think of it like this. If your shelves are tucked away in the back room, no one ever sees them. But if they're right in front of your patients while they wait, you've instantly created a sales opportunity without even saying a word. So here's a few tips to make this more effective. Create a clean, uncluttered display that makes it look more inviting. Maybe add testers when appropriate, so patients can actually feel what the product feels like. Use simple signage to highlight benefits, not just what the product name is. And you can rotate items based on the season, or maybe what products are most popular at the time. When this is done right, your waiting room stops being just a waiting room, and it becomes one of your easiest sales tools. Now, if you only talk about retail at checkout, then you're missing the best time to recommend it, which comes in strategy number 2. Recommend your at-home products during their treatments or appointments. One of the best times to talk about these products is not at checkout. It's during their actual treatment or appointment time. This works because it feels more natural. You're already building trust by explaining what you're doing, and by talking about these products is helping your patients understand how to maintain their results at home. When you recommend a product in that moment, it seems more like their care plan. So it's not a sales pitch. So how do you do this? Maybe if you're doing a procedure on someone, you could recommend a product that they can take home after their treatment to help maybe with soreness or decrease pain. Think of it, whatever goes with the product or service you're providing. And you can reinforce your recommendations afterward with a quick email or text. That recommendation actually goes a long way. And don't forget to train your staff to personalize suggestions. A one-size-fits-all script won't land as well as a genuine recommendation that ties directly to the patient's needs. Remind them to ask the patient questions to understand what their goals are. So here's the bottom line. When a patient sees retail as a continuation of their treatment, satisfaction goes up, results go up, and so do your sales. Strategy number 3, regularly audit your pricing and inventory. Here's a mistake I see made all the time. Practices see their retail pricing once and then forget about it. The problem is that the cost from your suppliers tends to go up over time, And if you're not adjusting your prices, you're quietly losing revenue every single month. And it's not just pricing. If you're not tracking your inventory, products can go missing, expire on the shelf, or simply are forgotten about in the back room. And that's wasted money. So here's what you do. Review your retail pricing at least every 6 months and make sure your margins still make sense. Compare what you're charging against your supplier costs. Prices do creep up over time, and you don't want to eat into your profit without you even realizing it. Set up low stock alerts and rotate inventory so nothing expires or sits on the shelf too long. And finally, pick a person to be in charge of your inventory and managing it. The bottom line, when you're on top of your pricing and your inventory, retail becomes a much more reliable profit center instead of a slow leak in your business. Strategy number 4, remove products that don't sell. One of the fastest ways to improve your retail sales is to actually remove products that don't sell. Unused stock just wastes space and ties up your cash. So here's what you do. Run a quick clearance promo to move products and free up cash. Replace them with high-performing items. Or maybe a new product that patients are more likely to buy. And don't guess. Review your sales data monthly, or at least quarterly. Let the numbers tell you what deserves space on your shelf. The bottom line is every inch of your shelf space should be working for you. If it's not selling, it's costing. Now here's a bonus tip. Make buying easy. Even the best product strategy won't work if buying feels too complicated. The easier you make it for your patients to say yes, the more you'll see. So here's a few simple ways to do that. Add products to your online booking confirmation or checkout page. Patients can grab them with just one click. Maybe allow in-room purchases right after their treatment when the product is fresh and makes the most sense. Or create bundles or staff favorites. It speeds up decision-making and takes the guesswork out of patients. Remember, the more simple you make the buying process, the more likely patients are to follow through. Boosting your retail strategies isn't just about selling more product. It's about creating a better patient experience and adding real revenue to your bottom line. Now, if you want proof, watch my next video where I break down how a med spa was able to add $30,000 in profit by fixing their pricing and product strategy. Simple changes, huge results. Click now and I'll see you in the next video.